My cherished child, consider this. What if every challenge you faced, every tear shed when no one saw, every moment you felt distant from me, was precisely what readied you for what is now unfolding? What if those times you thought were stops were not refusals, but my careful design, preparing for a turning point so profound that even the unseen world has been waiting for this precise instant? This is not random chance. You did not arrive at this place by accident. There is a sacred summons echoing in the spiritual realm right now. A divine marker set before you were born, time to activate at this very moment. And that summons is specifically for you. For a long time, others advised you to be patient. They told you your opportunity would eventually arrive. But what if I revealed a truth that some who speak of blessing prefer you not to grasp? What if the very structure designed to keep you in a state of expectation is about to be dissolved by my unchanging decree? As you take in these words, the spiritual air around you is changing. Can you sense it, my child? That powerful energy you feel, that is not apprehension. That is the feeling of readiness. That is my unseen servants taking their positions for you. Prepare yourself, for I will tell you something that will utterly transform how you see the journey I have prepared. I know deeply that you are here because your spirit recognizes this time. What is about to be unveiled has been kept from many, held within the secret timing I have appointed. Those who seem to effortlessly draw good things into their lives have grasped this truth. But today that separation is being lifted. Your complete journey forward does not begin when you feel you are ready. It begins when I declare you are ready. And I have just declared now. The question is not whether you are deserving of this reception. The question is, are you brave enough to embrace it when it goes against everything the world instructed you about how favor appears? Your divine summons is sounding. The appointed hour has come. Your complete life journey begins today. What if everything you have been told about my timing was structured to keep you perpetually waiting? What if the very people who advised patience were benefiting from your prolonged difficulty? What if I sounded a call so mighty that it broke apart every delay, every excuse, every reason you have been given for why your turning point has not arrived? The truth I will now speak will completely change how you perceive your coming days. I sounded the call and only those prepared heard it. There is a sound resonating through the expanse of eternity right now. A sacred point in time fixed before creation now set in motion. It is not a gentle nudge to awaken. This spiritual call breaks through long periods of sadness, cuts through years you spent questioning if I saw you, and shatters the lies that said you must keep waiting endlessly. This summons is not ringing in your physical hearing. It is resonating in your spirit. And if you are here right now, feeling that stirring deep within, that powerful sensation running through you, that is the sound of your divine timing activating. For years, you have sought confirmation. You have prayed for a sign. You cried out to me asking, when is it my turn? And every kind advisor offered the familiar words, just wait. Just be patient. They said, be patient. But consider this. What if patience was not the course I planned for this moment? What if every delay was a deceptive copy designed to keep you from the good things I was getting ready for you? What if your time of getting ready is finished and your time of receiving has truly started? Your season has just shifted. The great timing of the universe has reached your specific point. The divine countdown that has been active in the background of your life has reached its end. And the summons that is sounding is not just any summons. It is your summons. Your name is connected to it. Your turning point is linked to it. Your complete life journey is tied to it. Picture this with me, my beloved child. In the vast expanse of heaven, there has been a great timekeeper. Not marking small moments but marking the turns in lives and the unfolding of destinies. And on this timekeeper there was a specific mark set for your upliftment, your turning point, your transition from difficulty to abundance. That timekeeper has just activated. The sound is so strong that it is loosening the very foundations of every boundary that has been placed upon your life. It is breaking the hold of old patterns. It is opening up what felt closed. It is removing every barrier above you. But here is what makes this summons different from every other spiritual message you have encountered. This is not about inspiration. This is not about motivation. This is not about stirring you up for another disappointing period of waiting. This is about making things happen. When this divine summon sounds, it does not just awaken you. It activates the path I set for you. It does not just stir your core. It causes your surroundings to change. It does not just inspire your faith. It starts your receiving. The entrances that have been sealed against you have just received the means to open. The resources that I have set aside in my abundance, marked with your name, have just been released. This is not a test. This is your divine summons. Here is something very important you must grasp. Not everyone can perceive this summons. It is tuned to a specific frequency. It only resonates with those I have prepared for this exact moment. It only reaches the awareness of those who remain true while waiting, who stayed strong through difficulty, who kept believing when everything around them urged them to stop. If you can sense it, my beloved, if something stirs deep within you in this moment, if your core feels a response, if tears well up because you know this is for you, then you are not just prepared. You are being set in motion. This sound comes from my very presence and it is calling out to you personally. Can you recognize my call in this powerful moment? Do you feel the purpose I gave you stirring deep inside? Can you sense that everything you have endured, each tear, each difficulty, each time you felt invisible was preparing you for this divine call? This is the sound of your time of waiting, concluding. This is the sound of your time of abundance starting. This is me saying your struggle is over. Your complete life journey begins now. But what exactly happens after the summons sounds? What changes when I declare your waiting is finished? That is where this story expands into possibilities you never imagined. There comes a point, my child, when my patience for the delays you have faced reaches its limit. What happens when I, the Almighty, look upon your circumstances and declare, no more? What unfolds when my just resolve rises against what has held back those who belong to me? At a crucial moment, something shifted in the unseen realm that has not occurred in ages. I the Father arose from my place of rest. The very atmosphere around my presence grew heavy with my strong feeling. Not directed at you, my precious child, but on your behalf. My child, grasp this truth. There have been forces acting against you, seeking to keep you bound, gaining something from your difficulties. These were not random occurrences. There are hidden powers that thrive on your frustration, aiming to prevent you from living the life I intended for you. But I tell you, my beloved child, when I choose to step in, when the one who created all things takes your situation into my own hands, everything changes entirely. The declaration that went forth wasn't just meant for your hearing. It was a clear message sent to everything that has restricted you. It was my pronouncement. This cherished one of mine is moving forward and nothing will impede this. Listen closely because what I reveal now will profoundly impact you. The hardships you encountered, the financial pressure, the isolation in relationships, the health challenges you battled, the obstacles on your path ahead. None of it happened by chance. It was resistance. But even resistance operates within certain boundaries. And according to the spiritual framework I established, there is a maximum time anything meant for you can be unjustly withheld. That maximum has now been met. All that you perceived as gone is now returning to you in greater measure. Everything that was seized is being given back with overflowing plenty. Everything that was held back is now being accelerated by my direct involvement. But here is something truly remarkable. That declaration wasn't confined to this place. It resonated across all of creation, linking the past, the present, and the future. The petitions lifted by those who lived before you concerning your lineage are now being answered. The devoted actions of your forebears are now yielding benefit for you. The offerings given in earlier times are now ripening into your recompense. This isn't solely about your individual advancement. This is about correcting the course for your family's story. This is about elevating your family's standing from simply enduring to genuinely flourishing. Do you perceive the shift occurring inside you? That sensation isn't apprehension. It is expectation. Your innermost self recognizes what your intellect hasn't yet fully comprehended. You are different now than you were just moments past. The fundamental pattern of your life has altered. The path ahead for your future has changed course. The very essence of why you exist has been clarified anew. But I need you to grasp something vital about my timing. When I choose to act, I do not proceed gradually. I do not introduce breakthrough cautiously. I do not reveal opportunities incrementally. When I determine your specific time has come, everything unfolds abruptly simultaneously in ways beyond natural understanding. The fullness of life that is about to manifest in your reality will not arrive gradually over time. It will surge in with immense power like a flood breaking through a dam. The grace that is about to envelop you will not accumulate slowly. It will cover you immediately like a sudden cloud in a clear expanse. And those who have opposed you are about to learn why you do not obstruct one who is the focus of my specific regard. Every access point they sealed is about to be opened with force. Every link they severed is about to be restored with greater firmness. Every chance they took is about to be given back, bringing additional benefit. This is your decisive moment, my beloved one. Not a time for hopelessness, but a time for my personal involvement. Just as I moved on behalf of those facing insurmountable circumstances in times past, when this time arrives for you, limitations will break apart. Ways forward will appear and liberty will arrive with strength. But here is what will absolutely amaze you. The declaration was merely the start. What comes next is a sequence of occurrences that will entirely remake your circumstances. Consider why the struggles began before you even knew your purpose. Why did pain find you ahead of favor? Why did the one who opposes me target you when you were still pure, still believing, still assuming life was secure. The answer will change how you see your entire life. You were not targeted because you were vulnerable. You were targeted because of the person you were destined to become. A hidden conflict has been waged over your existence since before you drew your first breath. Right now in the unseen dimension, there are two main areas of activity. In one, the powers of shadow conspire against you. In the other, my heavenly realm prepares your triumph. Both sides are aware of something concerning you that you are only now starting to comprehend. Your life holds a purpose so profound that the shadows tremble when your name is spoken. Let me reveal something to you that will lift your spirit and cause your thoughts to go deep. In the timeless dimension, there is an account bearing your name. Within it are realities that predate time itself. Spiritual covenants, assurances given to your lineage, heavenly provisions that were reserved before the world came into being. These are more than just blessings. These are what belong to you by right through spiritual link and heavenly pronouncement. But this is where the conflict started. The instant your position was secured in the heavenly account, the powers of shadow initiated their attack. They perceived what was recorded about your coming days. They reviewed the assurances connected to your family. They observed the fullness, the reach, the effect that was meant to flow through your life. And they responded with dread. Before you spoke your first sound, I knew your name, destined for abundance by my hand. That is the reason the trials arrived early. That is why your early years were more difficult than they needed to be. That is why you encountered being pushed away before you even understood what it meant to be welcomed. The one who opposes me was not reacting to the person you were at that time. He was reacting to the person you were intended to grow into. Think about it, my precious one. Why would the shadows expend energy targeting a life without particular significance? Why would these powers concentrate on someone who presented no danger to their intentions? You came into existence with an assurance woven into your deepest self. You were born carrying capability that your own understanding couldn't grasp, but that the unseen dimension recognized instantly. Every tear you shed when you were confused, every night you pondered why you felt so unlike others, that was not being left alone, that was resistance. And resistance only occurs when there is something precious worth contending over. Your difficulties were evidence of your reason for being. Imagine this, my child. In the strategy of the one who opposes me, there is a focus on you marked as having great importance. My love for you isn't based on what you have done, my child, but on the future I have laid out for you. It's not about who you are right now, but about the person you will become when you fully step into the place meant for you. Those who stood against you observed your struggles, noted your small victories, tried to disrupt your connections, and blocked your way forward. They did this because they knew that your true understanding of who you are in me would completely dismantle their influence over the position I intended for you. But here is a truth that might surprise you, my beloved one. Even while opposing forces worked to bring you down, I was quietly preparing your victory. Every path that seemed closed, leaving you confused, was my protection, shielding you from things that would have hindered your progress. Good things that arrived slowly, testing your patience, were part of my perfect timing, ensuring you were ready to receive what I was making ready for you. The difficulties meant by those against you to crush your spirit instead, built up your strength. The hurt sent to weaken you instead fortified you. The aloneness brought about to isolate you instead prepared you for a closeness with me that your coming season of abundance will require. You survived what was designed to destroy you. You stand firm after attacks meant to bury you. You still trust after betrayals crafted to shatter your belief. This isn't by chance, my child. This is my watchful care. This is what belongs to you beginning to reveal itself, even before you knew you possessed it. Both the forces against you and the forces for you recognized your potential. But only those against you felt threatened by it. Darkness fears you because they understand your emergence will trigger a powerful chain reaction. Your resources will serve my purposes. Your presence will inspire others. Your story will expose the deception they have used to keep my people struggling and defeated. That is why they work tirelessly to hold you back. That is why the resistance grew stronger every time you neared your freedom. That is why uncertainty was most intense just before understanding was about to dawn. But their greatest fear is now coming to pass for you. You are becoming aware. You are remembering. You are claiming what is yours, which they worked hard to take away. The challenge persists, my child, but the final result is assured. The plans for what belongs to you are already finalized in the unseen realm. The handing over of your blessing is already agreed upon. The question that remains is whether you will bravely accept what is already set aside for you. The conflict over what is rightfully yours is reaching its peak. But what brought this intense period about? One moment shifted things, and it started when you felt alone and overlooked by me. What if I told you, my precious child, that the precise moment you felt completely unseen was the very time I turned my full attention toward elevating you? What if that single decision to obey my quiet guidance that you made in secret, the one you have forgotten about, the one that felt small and unimportant, was actually the very thing that opened the door to bringing you toward a place of abundance? What if everything now coming to you began with an action so minor you believed it held no significance? You forgot the moment. But I remembered. Right now, my child, I need you to recall not your triumphs, not the times of great joy or clear presence, but the unseen times, the unnoticed acts of relinquishing something. Remember when you followed what I asked, even when you felt profound sadness, even when you felt completely depleted, even when you knew no other person would ever see what you did. Remember when you let go of hurt towards someone who spoke ill of you. When you chose to offer kindness to someone who wished you harm. When you spoke to me about a relative who had dismissed you. When you assisted someone you didn't know who could offer nothing in return. You thought those times were only shared between us, my child. You thought they vanished into time. Small unrecorded details of a life you felt didn't matter much. But it is noted every quiet moment of trust and loyalty. I do more than just witness what is hidden. I answer in the unseen. I act in the quiet places. I arrange things behind the scenes. And that small choice of faith, that moment of deep commitment to follow when nobody else was looking, that is when my watchful attention became focused on you. That quiet choice, unseen by others, began a work in the spiritual realm. But here is what will truly surprise you, my cherished child. While you remained faithful in obscurity, another person was also taking note, not just me. A person with resources was taking notice. Someone with the ability to alter your situation was being prompted by your devotion. You see, The unseen world and the world you see are linked more closely than many understand. When you follow my leading, it sends out an effect, an influence that goes beyond what you can perceive, reaching places and people far away. That moment you gave generously when it cost you greatly, it sent ripples into the unseen. That time you truly let go of a deep wrong. It sent out influence. That time you chose trust instead of fear. It began a sequence of happenings that would eventually connect with someone who had the ability and position to bring about a complete change in your circumstances.